Before we get started, and we've got BrokerBot here to launch our new AI platform, which I'm really excited about, but we got some announcements to start. Who's got some good news to share? Who wants to start with good news to share? By the way, kudos to all the, or thank you to all the veterans out there on Veterans Day. Other good news. Come on, people. Where is everybody? Ryan, go
I've
first.
got some good news. I just want to give a shout out to Will, our managing broker. Um for all of you who have worked with him, he is always available and he is a savior when it comes to contracts and helping difficult deals. And I just want to recognize him because he not only he's a very close colleague and a friend of mine, but he just does a lot for our agents, and he's just such a tremendous resource. And I don't think sometimes our managing brokers get enough credit.
I 100% agree. And shout out to Eric as well from Top of the Rockies. Anyone else with good news? Ryan, you had some big sales this week, huh?
I had a big month, and I had two big transactions close yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. I love those transactions with the 5 at the front
Yes.
and 7 digits. That's a great closing. Others, good news. Anyone? All right, we're moving on. We've got some announcements to make today. Rebecca Fishkin will be at Frisco to do power through a shift. Mountain Properties has the Vail team meeting at 10 and a chili cook-off and headshots at noon. Top of the Rockies also has a team meeting and headshots today for our website project. Regional Rally is on Monday, and we're going to be talking about listings for the Regional Rally. We've got a number of top performing agents and leaders in the region who are going to be sharing their best strategies around taking more listings and getting them sold. The Rocky Mountain Luxury Collab is on the 18th, and that is Zoom based at 1 o'clock. Frisco is having a community, Top of the Rockies is having a community blood drive in the Frisco location. And remember to save the date for next week, ALC Clinic Holiday Party, Top of the Rockies on December 3, and Mountain Properties Holiday Party on December 4. Hey, we've been saying for the last couple weeks that we're building a website, and I just wanted to spend a couple minutes today before we get to our main content, just explaining kind of the why behind this. And I'm doing this because we've been asking you to get new headshots, and there are still slots, by the way, in both locations for headshots today. The reason we're doing this is as we launch the new website, we want to, have some consistency, and we know that your business is based on your brand, and it's important for us to recognize a couple things. Number one, first impressions are digital, and you never have a second chance to make a first impression. We believe that having a great digital impression matters. Our clientele expect a premium online experience, and they're looking at us digitally first. The site that we're building, we believe, will be easy to navigate, quick to respond, and beautifully finished. It will position us as a leader in a premium real estate experience in the mountains. The other thing that's important about this site is that we are going to be coming to you for this. We are building a video-based learning center, and the purpose for the video-based learning center is it's designed to enhance our large language models, think AI, and SEO optimization. We know that search has changed, and if you don't have great digital content in the video space connected to your website, people that are going to ChatGPT in Vermont saying, who should I buy a home from in Breckenridge, in Vail, in Estes Park, they're not going to find you. So we're not really just building a website. We're building our digital headquarters designed for Google, designed for AI. And our belief is that by doing this, we're going to show up when people do just that, when they are somewhere around the world looking for a second home or looking for a primary residence. We want to be the people that show up. I want to show you some previews. Don't freak out on me. Please don't send me a bunch of criticisms, but I do want to show you a little preview of what we're doing. We'll take your constructive feedback, but this is all preliminary. So when people arrive on the site, and by the way, this is all static, but when people arrive on the site, they're going to see a beautiful video presentation. Right now, you're looking at a static picture, but what will be there will be a video presentation that will scroll through our area and homes. They will find a map where they can click to search Estes Park or Steamboat Springs or Beaver Creek. And by the way, I know there's typos on here, or Allen Park or Georgetown or Frisco. They'll be able to click on those areas and deep dive. So this map-based search, we think will be awesome. And when they click on or move their mouse around the map will pop out at them and give them a cool user experience. Am I making sense? We'll have a beautiful featured listings page that will look like this. And again, it'll be an active page that will pop as people mouse over it. We'll have community highlights. These community highlights, those are all fake names. These community highlights, when you mouse over them, the panoramic, beautiful picture will change. It will pop in color. And those communities will be the same as these communities. And they'll take you to the same spot, which will be a community description. And then after the community description, an IDX feed that that shows you the properties that are available there, pardon me. And we'll have some customer reviews here. We'll have a final get in touch page. And getting back to that front page, when people go to about, they're going to see a roster of agents with your faces and your bios and your IDX feed custom suited for where you're doing property or doing business. So we're excited about this, and that's why we've been asking you for some help with it. Any questions before I move on?
Russ, if we have professional headshots, can we just send those to you, or how is that going to work?
You can send those to us.
Okay.
I will say this, Carrie, what we're looking to do is kind of maintain like a similar fit and finish. So, you know, we're looking like shoulders and heads and a natural background, as opposed to leaning up against a sign or, you know, full body shots, that kind of thing. It's more about consistency, but yeah, if you've got professional shots that make sense, we want those.
Okay. Thank you.
Russ,
Moving on. Oh, was there another question? Gus?
just real quick. Was the idea that you wrote Vail County deliberate because people may not recognize Eagle County?
No, that's like I said, this is
It's all part of the tweaking.
It's all part of the tweaking. So
Okay.
they've already fixed it on their end. They just didn't know when they were designing it. By the way, this site is custom designed. It's not a templated thing. We're using Agent Image. Some of you have used them for your sites. And what we like about Agent Image is they build it custom. It's hosted on WordPress. If we decide we don't like their service, we own the final product. And but we are impressed with what they offer in terms of service. So thank you, Gus. Some recognition. Top Producer Summit. Carrie George led the way in October with 4.8 million in closings. Dan was number 2, Bill number 3, Brenda and Monica 4 and 5. Great job on having awesome Octobers. For teams and groups, the Thompson Group led the way at 3.2 million, followed by JLux Mountain Homes the Skinner team, and Signature Home Team. Great job, teams and groups. For Vail, top 5, Brooke, 7.4 million. Ryan had 3.3, Allison 3.2. Marla and Julianne were numbers 4 and 5 for top producers. So great job, individuals, for Vail. And the number 1 team in Vail last month was Team Black Bear with almost 2 million closed. So awesome work, everyone. All right, I want to turn it over to our friends at BrokerBot, and we are excited about launching this product today. You know, we've been talking on the Rise for months now about AI and ways to improve your businesses with AI, and this launch is right in line with that. Where's Max? Is Max here?
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, I can't see you. Oh, there you
Can
are.
you guys see me
Do you want
now?
me to spotlight you, Max?
Sure. That'd be great. I'm going to go ahead and screen share too, if that's okay.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Maxima. I'm Director of Customer Success here at BrokerBot.ai. You will have all received invitations to join your account, your respective accounts here, and I've just dropped in the hotline numbers into the chat as well. So what I'm going to do today is walk you through your new AI system and get you logged in and save that phone number onto your contacts. And I'm going to show you what the best-in-class AI real estate tool looks like for you and your business. So a little bit of background. I'm an 18-year associate real estate broker and mortgage loan originator, and I'm part of the developer team. So I just wanted to let you guys know that information because I like to give you guys some background, just sharing that I'm not just another tech guy. I am a huge nerd, but I understand the business and I use this in my business every single day. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and share my screen. As I mentioned, you all have invitations to join the account here in your mailbox. So please go ahead and accept that invitation. And you'll see it's from support@brokerbot.ai. Once you click on accept invite, you're going to go down here into the bottom left-hand corner. You're going to click on your name, click profile, and then you're going to verify your phone number. And this is imperative. You need to have this green checkbox here because this is what verifies you as an authenticated user within the system. You can actually call BrokerBot. You can talk to it. You can ask it to write your emails. All of that sort of collaboration that you want to have with an effective executive level assistant, BrokerBot can do for you. And you can text it and send it photos. So you can ask it, hey, what is this section of this clause in this purchase contract? I'm out showing a property. What kind of tree is this in the backyard? It can answer all of those questions for you, and it could even send you copies of your W-9 or other information. You just say, hey, text me a link to download this to my cell phone, and it'll send it right to your phone. So once you've logged in, verified your phone number, go to the chat and save that number, the hotline number. There's 2 offices here, so each one is going to have its own hotline number. So please go ahead and save that information. And then once you're there, you're going to see these 4 tiles. So it's important to note that BrokerBot isn't just a ChatGPT overlay. What we've essentially built is a central nervous system that calls upon multiple AI LLM models. They're all going to be called upon depending on your inquiry and question. And we're pulling from ChatGPT 5.0, 4.1, Claude Sonnet, Perplexity, Gemini, and I even think some Grok elements as well. And the reason is because all of those different AI platforms, they're really good at something, but they're kind of lacking in something else. So in this way, we're constantly giving you the best-in-class AI resource at all times. This is also a closed system. So you and your leadership have access to this specific system. You can upload contracts, share private information that your clients have. You know, you can use it for negotiations. I've done that many times now successfully, and no one's going to be sharing your data or anything like that. Your agents, you can't see each other's chats, but your leadership can see all of your chats. And we want that because we want them to have insight so that they know how they can direct their trainings and make the system even smarter and better for you. So when you see these 4 tiles here, these are just prompt starters. They just get you started. You do not have to click on any of them in order for it to do, say, contract review, but they're really helpful, quick use cases that you can leverage. So I'm going to show you some real life scenarios here so that you can see how I'm leveraging it and how you can just start saving time in your day-to-day business dealings. So first off, we're going to upload a CC&R package and just ask it, hey, BrokerBot, I'm curious if my buyer could park their RV here. And what I've done is I've uploaded a package that was about 96 pages, and it's going to specifically identify the section here where I can focus my attention. So I'm immediately drawn to section 5.183 for RV parking restrictions. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this would have taken me alone like 40 minutes or so to go through this document, prepare the information and everything. Now I know exactly where to focus my time and direct my energy. And I can take it from here and I can say, write an email to my client outlining this information. I can ask it more questions. How many pets can they have within this community? So this function alone, because I'm working with a lot of snowbirds coming in from out of town, saves me hours of time on a weekly basis. So this is a very basic function here, but I'd like to use it for maybe social media marketing, right? So I'm targeting my zip code here locally. It's 85718. That's the luxury zip code. And so I'm saying, create a 30-day marketing plan for me to help me build my social media presence for the 85718 zip code. And then it does. It has a week-by-week multi-step process so that I can establish my presence within that target market area. But I want to take it a step further. I actually want to create an Instagram post. So what I'm saying is create a 1-minute script for me talking about the pros and cons of buying now. Make it so that it's more leaning towards the purchase side, right? So this is helpful, it gives me some bullet points, pros, cons, brief, honest. This is good, but brevity hasn't always been my personal strong suit. So I take it a step further. I said, tell me exactly what to say so that I can just read it off while looking into the camera. And it does. It gives me the script word by word so that I can do and execute a very effective delivery in my marketing content here. So the reason why I'm sharing all of this information with you is because you'll notice a few different things as I'm doing this and I'm engaging the platform. I'm using very, very basic communication. Like I'm talking to it as if it's a human being, not like it's a computer program. And the more descriptive you are, the better it's going to do at responding to you. And if you have another script that you really found effective or helpful, you can upload that by just clicking, dragging, and dropping it right here into the chat, or use this little Clippy Boy function right here that'll open your file explorer. And then you can upload any content materials that you want and say, hey, create materials based off of this example here. Someone else has an example, upload it. Use it as a point of reference and collaborate with the system. So I'm going to show you an example of it researching properties online. So our function and tool can actually go through and perform web searches for you. And it's not just a standard web crawling tool. It's actually going to be able to go through and perform a live agentic web search, meaning it can scrape data from specific websites, but the websites that are approved have been whitelisted by your organization. So we didn't really want the AI to be able to pull information from maybe a market area that wasn't relevant to yours, or say Reddit or Facebook, because sometimes those are opinion-based websites, right? And this ensures that the searches conducted will be targeted to sites that are actually helpful and relevant to you all in conducting your business. So what I've done here is I've done a multi-step agentic instruction, and it's really just me sharing how I would typically conduct my own CMAs, my own comparable market analysis. So I'm telling it, search online for comparable properties similar to my subject at this full address. Identify all properties that are listed for sale within the 3-mile radius. Then make sure that they're no greater than a 10% variance in square footage. And then I tell it how I want to see it. I want it in an easy to read format, in a table format with my subject property at the top, and then present a range in dollar per square foot value and estimate what the property could sell for. And this is one of the types of prompts that I will teach you if you guys attend our ongoing monthly BrokerBot open house. Love to see you all there. The next one is actually this Friday. And what it does is that it pulls the information from all of these websites. It identifies my property here, the subject property. It has a list of all of the properties that are both for sale and also that have sold. And it gives me my per square foot range and summary table. And what's cool about this range is that I actually had my seller do an appraisal, and it came in at 303. So we were right smack dab in the middle of that range, which is pretty cool. So I'm out in the field though. I'm going to go meet with the seller. So I say, okay, text me the finalized estimated range of the prospective list price. I just want to have it quickly referenceable on my cell phone. And it does. It sends me a text message for this amount. And then I said, create a cost sheet estimate. So they may ask, okay, well, if I sell it for around 305, what would my net be? I can just have it do that for me on the fly. So I give it those variables, purchase price, commissions, taxes, fees, and then I always just have a personal rule of thumb, which is a 1% seller repair buffer, because there always seems to be like that little bit of flex there. And then it does the full analysis for me and provides it to them. So now I have a point of reference and I can speak to that as well. So you can see how I just did multiple steps of functions. I did research, I did CMAs, I had it text me the information, and I had it do a cost sheet estimate analysis. So while the next function I'd like to show you is its ability to use computer vision to collaborate with you in the field. So I mentioned that you can take pictures of things. So this was me over at one of my listings, and there was a leak here at this part of the toilet. I hadn't seen a leak like that before. It's kind of a unique spot for a leak to happen. So I asked BrokerBot what was going on and what could be causing the leak and how to fix it. BrokerBot not only responds and says that it's probably leak from the tank to bowl connection, the gasket there, but it also provides a recommended plumber contact for my company's recommended plumber. So it pulls from my internal vendor list and gives me actionable information that now I can use in the field and call a plumber or tell my seller client, hey, this appears to be this type of leak. Please call a plumber, and if you don't have one, here's a list of some other plumbers that you can call. And it has all of this information because your leadership has actually been in the knowledge center, which is your knowledge base where they've actually put in a bunch of helpful documents and information in there. So your leadership team has actually been hard at work for, I think, about a month now, and provisioning your account so that it can give you the best in class responses and feedback. Now, the more you use it, the smarter it will become, and the better your team will have the ability to help you upgrade the system and train it to become even better. So that's pretty cool with the phone and texting it. But the thing that I think a lot of agents get excited about is our photo editing system. So you can actually go in there and upload pictures of rooms and spaces. So this was an example where this is maybe I'm a buyer's agent. I'm showing my buyer client this room, and this is going to be their guest room. But right now it's a child's bedroom. It's kind of hard for them to visualize the space, right? And so what we do is I upload the picture and I say, remove all of the items so that this is a blank space within the room. Now, it's not perfect, and any sort of system that uses this level of semantic and just straight verbiage training to edit photos is usually like $30 to $40 a month or per photo set. So you do have to collaborate with it a little bit, but when you do it and you just start talking to it, it does it, but then it changed the color of the walls here. So then I said, change the color of the wall to white, back to matching the original, and I've got it done. So now I can show my client, hey, this is what the room looks like with no children's furniture inside of it. And I can use this to help them start to visualize. But what I'd like to do is have them even remove that mental model of that space with that kids furnishings, So what I like to do is I'd like to furnish it now. So I tell it to add some basic bedroom furniture to the room and use neutral colors. Now, I share this example because this is a faux pas on my part. I will never use this prompt again. Do not say use basic bedroom furniture because it gives me basic bedroom furniture, okay? So like this is not something I'm going to show my buyer client. So I say, okay, well, let's make this more luxurious and more suitable for like an adult. There we go. And it gets me where I need to go, gives me the good final product here. And so I've gone from this to this. And if I wanted to use this for photo staging, maybe what I would do is, because our system's not good at creating text, like written text, I'd say it comes out like Sanskrit. What I would say is I would take this and then I would upload it to Canva and then write virtually staged right there in the bottom corner. And then I would have a photo that I can use for virtual staging. So here's a couple of other examples. This was an agent. I wanted to share his because he did such a great job. He just prompted it and it gave him this awesome output. All he said was add farmhouse style furniture to this photo. Dining room set up in the back, 6 chairs around a rectangular table, sitting area type furniture in the front of the photo. And it did that perfectly for him. He can now use this for marketing. So I love that example because he did create that and I was amazed. This was an example I like to show where it does the AI thing. I said, stage this farm with modern farmhouse aesthetic. And it did the thing where it threw up a wall. And it's like, where did the front door go? So I said, put back the front door in Windows, please. And it did. And so I got it to where I wanted it to go. And if it ever gets stuck or anything like that, just do a new chat and you'll be fine. So the last example I'd like to share with you, aside from this one, is just it can originate photos, photorealistic images. You can use it for marketing content. They don't have any sort of watermark. They are royalty free. You can use it for your newsletters and other content. But what's cool is that you can I want to share with you guys just one example where I used it personally in negotiating in a transaction. So I just want to leave you guys with this final thought before I jump out here. This was me in the backseat of my car while feeding my 18-month-old daughter French fries and little pieces of burger. And my wife's driving us home, and I got a message from the buyer's agent. They wanted 5 items to be addressed. So I copied and pasted the 5 items and put it into the chat. I said, provide an estimated range of values for a handy person to resolve these issues. And it did. And it started giving me the range, but I wanted it to be a very net range. So I collaborated with it and I had it put the same information in the higher amounts in the higher range, because having a range that was double is not going to be effective for my seller. And it gave me this great high-end estimate. But again, I'm not going to send something to my seller client that says high-end estimate. So I said, change it to conservative. So now I have this beautiful finished product here. And I take a screenshot. I send this to my seller. I say, hey, is this within the realm of what you expected to spend? And they said, yes. I was like, okay, great. Can I line up a handyman now to get this going? And they said, absolutely. I sent out a handyman text. He comes in at $1,350. I'm within the budget. I then send it over to the buyer's agent and just say, hey, we've got it lined up. It's going to be done in 2 days. And I had everything resolved before I got home while feeding my daughter French fries in the backseat of the car. I mean, that's what it's really about, is set time saving. I would have usually had to go in, sit down, pull up my computer, and then collaborate with it. But with BrokerBot, I don't have to do that anymore. I can do that at any point in time and on the fly. So with that, I will leave it up to your leadership. Please tell everyone thank you so much for giving you this state-of-the-art tool. I hope to see you guys on Friday at my BrokerBot open house. I'm going to go launch another brokerage right now. But thank you all so much. And again, thank your leadership. This is some state-of-the-art tech here.
Thanks, Max. We appreciate your help.
Yeah, thank you, Russ. Bye-bye.
So I want to spend a couple minutes and just share with you a little bit of the behind the scenes piece of this. just so that you get a sense of what we're doing here. Can everybody hear me okay, Carrie? So as Max shared, this system works just like ChatGPT. It works just like the AI tools that you're used to, but we have confined it in order to make sure that it does not hallucinate. You all know what I'm talking about regarding AI hallucinations, right? So I just want to share with you a little bit about what we've done. So on the on our end, the end that Will and Ryan and Leslie and Marielle and Sarah and Katie and I see, we've got a knowledge database, and we have been throwing things into this knowledge database in order to provide you with a great experience on your end. So for example, we've got information about compliance. We've got our office policy manuals. We've got contact information, independent contractors agreements. We've got contract documents that are approved by the Real Estate Commission. We've got short-term rental regulations built in. In other words, no longer do you have to wonder, what does the town of Minturn say about short-term rentals? You can go into BrokerBot and you can ask questions right through this. There's a ton in here. We also believe that this tool will be most useful if you can ask strategic how to sell real estate questions, or even how to run a business type questions. So we've put sales training manuals in here, contacts playbooks, database playbooks, mortgage hacks, how to write newsletters, how to do open houses, how to do AI, working with sellers, working with buyers. It's all built into the system. And these are the Keller Williams approved tools. And you can ask questions using these. We've also, and this is a little bit of a crazy project, sometimes I get a little obsessive about things, but I've taken some of my favorite books that I believe are helpful for business, and I've put them in here as well. Atomic Habits, The 5 Types of Wealth by Sahil Bloom, Who Not How, Traction, Endless Customers, all about AI. All of Gary Keller's books are in here. I put Jeb Blunt's books about prospecting and handling objections. I put some of my favorite books on energy and time management, like The Power of Full Engagement. We've got all of Phil M. Jones' books in here. Not all of them. We've got Exactly What to Say and Exactly What to Say for Real Estate Agents. We've got Gary Keller's books in here. And when I mean books, I mean, and I don't know what'll happen if I click on this, but we literally stuck the full text of all of these books in here. So getting back to the tool, if you are heading for, if you are doing lead gen today and you want to say, I'm calling around my newest listing in Frisco, and I want to use, sorry, I need to change my screen size here. I want to use Phil Jones' Exactly What to Say style scripts to get more results. Whoops. Help me create the conversations. Sorry about the typos. Let's see what happens. Okay. So, hi, this is Russ Nolting with Keller Williams, Top of the Rockies. I'm not sure if it's for you, but we just listed a beautiful home right here in Frisco, and I thought you might know someone who would love to be in that neighborhood. I'm not sure if it's for you, but would you be open to hearing about? How open-minded are you? What do you know about? How would you feel if just, these are all chapters right out of the Phil M. Jones playbook and now built into scripts for you. Or I'm constantly getting objections to my price recommendations at listing appointments. By the way, I know how to spell, I just don't know how to type. Give me some Phil Jones scripts around pricing. Did I hit enter? Oops. And as we do this, it will, it actually shows you when it's thinking and it's pulling up what it's doing here. If they say it's too low, seller, I think we should list higher than that. What makes you say that? Which is a Phil Jones classic line. When they want to test the market, reframing their concerns, there's tons of stuff built into here. A couple other things, it's going to keep going and going and going. Okay. Can you all see how this could be really helpful in your businesses? Some other practical things. Who do I, what is the Wi-Fi password in Edwards? By the way, I haven't tested this, so I don't know if it's going to work, but sorry, do you think it's going to work?
Well,
No.
I'm on top of the Rockies, so.
Oh, I'm in top of the Rockies. Sorry. What is the Wi-Fi password?
But it still did tell you who to call because it doesn't know, so that helps.
Right. So there you go. Simple stuff like that. How do I reach the broker? So I recognize that some of these things are simple and some of you know them, but often it's when you're in a pinch that you don't have that. We, as described earlier, there is a phone number for this. You can call the phone number. You can text the phone number and the same system works that way. You can do role play on your phone, heading to an appointment, and it will role play with you, and it will role play with you using Phil Jones scripts or whatever. Any questions about this tool?
Russ, I have a quick question. Is when you're talking about doing it on our phone, is that an app or we're just using the phone number?
So there's three ways to do it on your phone. You can save the telephone number that is, I'm not sure how you find the phone number. I think you go to support and it'll give you the phone number. You can call that number. You can text that number. You can also do what I've done, and you can take the URL and make it an icon on your phone.
Okay.
I can't tell you how I did it, but I know how to do it. I searched it on my browser and then I just made it a shortcut. And that way, when I click on this icon, it gives me the same screen that we started with earlier.
Okay. And then can we add things to Knowledge, or is that only for admin?
It's only for admin, and we're happy to add whatever you'd like us to add. And here's the other thing. If you get to a place where the answer is wrong or you feel it needs correction, when you write that in, like if you say this is wrong information, it actually prompts us on our end, and we can see these are all the corrections. There have been 68 corrections made at Top of the Rockies. When something doesn't answer properly, if you tell it this isn't the right answer, then we'll have a notification and have the ability to give it the correct answer, approve that, and then it will fix it going forward. So, other questions?
Hey Russ.
Yeah.
Quick question from over here in Estes. I know he said you could upload documents to that specific chat. and it will remember them in that chat. Will it remember them outside of that chat if you start a different chat? Or is there a way to, say, upload a brand guide that every time we chat, it will take into account our information, not just what you put into it?
So it will remember whatever we place in the knowledge base that is accessible by everyone. We do have the ability to create small groups. So like if everyone in Estes needs something, Jeff, then we can build a knowledge base for that. I think that's what you're asking. Is that what you're asking?
Somewhat. Essentially, with like ChatGPT, I can upload documents and say, remember this for this whole project.
Yeah.
And everything I do, it will reference those documents. For this, I'm assuming it would only remember within that specific chat unless you
Right.
guys create something.
It'll
I'm
only
fine
remember
with
it inside your chat for you unless you tell us to make it accessible to either a group or to everyone.
Okay, awesome.
What else?
So that was kind of, I'm glad Jeff asked that because I was thinking about HOA docs. Like it would be great if, say, Grand County, we had our own group. We could be
Yep.
uploading HOA docs or any kind of changes that were happening within HOAs. Each one of us, as we became aware of it, could upload it to the knowledge base, and then it's there for the benefit of everybody.
It takes us about 20 seconds to upload to the knowledge base. And I would prefer that if you want to start that project, then you send us a folder and we'll just get it all uploaded and then everyone has it.
Great. Thank you.
It doesn't, there's no problem with I mean, since we all might do business in Grand County, there's no problem with everyone having access.
Okay. Thank you.
That would be great. And your brokers have already like done the short-term rental pieces and some of the specific things like that. You know, what this system doesn't do is it doesn't allow the tool to go anywhere and everywhere for information. Like we have restricted it to various places because what we don't want it to do is tell you nonsense, come up with a crazy answer. And that's why we believe it's a helpful tool. The more we use it, the more we'll I think find value in it. So our ask of you is to play with it and have fun with it. Anything else?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
This is Amanda. Hi,
Hi.
everybody. And so does it help you also with like contract questions that you might have with that,
Yeah.
with those kind of questions?
This isn't designed to replace Will or Eric. This is designed to be a great tool for you when it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you just thought, I wonder if I've screwed something up. It has the contracts built in. It has certain compliance tips that we've loaded in. So you can ask it questions, and obviously, and by the way, the company that is providing this service has errors and omissions insurance. So they're a vetted company. They just won a major tech award through Inman recently. It's a great place to go. It is not the final answer.
Got it.
Will, you want to
Thank
add
you.
any opinion on that or any comment on that since you're here? I don't see Eric. Oh, Eric's on vacation.
Yeah, maybe for the time being, this is a great resource. For example, I spent some time putting short-term rental regulation information in there. It's a great tool for getting you a quick shortcut to that kind of information. I don't know that it's up to speed on contracts and those particular questions. As always, I will try to be available to you for whatever it is you need, and I would recommend that you use it for lower stakes things than actually writing or negotiating a contract.
For sure.
Got it.
And
Thank you.
I'll add something else, Russ. It's also really useful, including but not limited to. I found, like, if you have a question on a title commitment, put it in there. It'll give you the bullet points of the title commitment. The thing that I found it most useful for, like as agents, when we approach the HOA documents deadline, like if you put in the declarations, the CC&Rs, you put in some of that stuff, it can highlight what you need to know. and then you can better communicate with your client.
Yeah. I think, you know, sometimes one of the challenges we have working with clients and working with contracts is we don't exactly know how to put into plain English certain things. Like this is a great tool to say, you know, give me some language of how to interpret the inspection paragraph for my clients. That kind of thing, I think, is what it's very well suited for. Or like he showed earlier, where in this document can I find blank? And it can go through hundreds of pages quickly. So that's helpful. Anyway, we're going to play with this and have fun with it. Let me know your thoughts on it. And I know I want to respect your time. Next week, we will not meet because leadership will all be at the ALC clinic. And then on November 25, we've got Jenny Woolick, and she's going to be talking about getting listings. And she is one of the top agents in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She was recently in Colorado at the Rocky Mountain Summit. So we look forward to that. Hope you all have a great Tuesday. Smile for your pictures. Talk soon.
Thanks, Russ.
Bye.